Yes, they are here. We are at the moment under observation. These extraterrestrials know exactly how we function, how we think, how we feel.
Eu sou Carol Capel, a sua alienígena do presente favorita, e no vídeo de hoje nós vamos conversar com Erich von Däniken, que é um dos maiores estudiosos dos alienígenas do passado. Para quem não sabe, ele escreveu, nada mais nada menos, que aquele livro best-seller nos Estados Unidos, na Europa e na Índia, o Eram os Deuses, os Astronautas. Ele também escreveu A História Está Errada, O Ouro dos Deuses e tantos outros livros que são fontes de pesquisa desse canal aqui. Então, uma honra enorme poder falar com ele. Prestem muita atenção nas informações que ele vai trazer, porque ele, gente, está em todos os canais de documentário famoso que vocês podem imaginar. Ele é celebridade dos alienígenas e ele é um dos escolhidos para falar sobre esse tema aqui. Então, com vocês, Erich von Däniken.
Hi, Eric. My name is Caroline. How are you?
I'm in Switzerland. Here is snow white, and the blue sky. It's fantastic.
Also here, we have snow, we have the blue sky, everything looks perfect.
Where do you live? Where do you call from?
I live in Krakow, in Poland.
I thought it's from the United States. Oh, you are from there. Okay.
I speak American English, but I live here, and I'm Brazilian.
Okay, now what can I do for you?
Well, actually, I'd like to do an interview with you, but first of all, I'd like to thank you very much for accepting my invitation. It's an honor for me, and I'm sure this is going to be contributing a lot for my audience. The first thing I'd like you to talk about is about those gods that you always talk about in your books, and you refer to these beings that comes from outer space as gods. Did they come here in the past for some reason? Or do you think they are still here?
Everything is correct. First, of course, they have come here for reasons. You know, we on our planet Earth, we know in the meantime that out there in the galaxy, there are many, many millions of Earth-like planets. Our astronomy can find out which planet are Earth-like. The others know this too. So it's not coincidence that they know our planet. That means their home planet must be similar than our. Look, if we one day would be able to travel far away, our scientists would sit together and ask, where do we go? We start with our solar system. Do we go on Venus? Never. It's too hot. Do we go to Mercury? Never. It's too hot. Do we go to Jupiter? No, it's too big. The gravity is so. The same thing for the others. They know exactly how our planet looks like, and that means they have a similar home planet than we have. So it was all not coincidence. Why have they come here? Because some millions and millions of years, the DNA was spread out in the universe like a seed, like dust. You know, somebody, we don't know who this somebody was. The first intelligent being of life. Somebody spread out billions and billions of DNA, knowing exactly they will only grow in the form of evolution on a planet which is similar than their own. So the others knew that we exist. It's not coincidence. And then when they were the first time here, that's a long time ago, they created us according their own image. Sounds complicated.
Later.
Of course, we have evolution. No doubt. We are the product of evolution. But always, in the deep past of mankind, somebody else has interfered in our evolution. They have made artificial mutations, not natural mutations. So we are, of course, the product of evolution, but not only. We are also the product of extraterrestrial information. That's why in all the holy books, including the Bible, they say the gods created humans according their own image. We are the offsprings of them.
So you still believe that they are here?
when they were here, long time ago, they promised that they will return in the far future. And this promise of the return has entered into every culture of the world and into every religion. Every religion today waits. The Christians wait for their Jesus to return. The Jewish community waits for their Messiah to return. The Muslim community waits for their Mahdi to return, etc., etc. Now, honestly, not every religion can be right. Some of them must be wrong. They are all wrong. They are all wrong. It's not some Messiah who returns. It's simply extraterrestrials. Your question was, are they here? Yes, they are here. We are at the moment under observation.
That was my second question to you. If you believe that we are being observed by these beings, and if we are, where are they right now?
These extraterrestrials know exactly how we function, how we think, how we feel, because we are from the same family. They are here. They know if they would show up today with their UFOs over some cities so that everyone can take a photo for a half an hour, the humanity would be shocked. We are not ready for this contact at the moment. Most of our friends, brothers and sisters out there would think, will they take us over? Will they enslave us? Will they hurt us? Will they tyrannize us? We would be afraid of them. We are not prepared for the moment, on this planet Earth, roughly we have two groups of humans. One group is scientific, the other group is religion. The scientific group knows everything is evolution, but we are the top of evolution. The religious group says it's all creation, but we are the crown of creation. God made us as a crown. In both cases, if you take us scientifically or religiously, in both cases, we think we are the greatest. So we still have this believing we are unique in the universe. The others who observe us, they know this. They know that we would be shocked. The mankind is not prepared at the moment. And because they know how we react, they respect this. We are under observation, but they do not shock us.
Yeah, because they cannot interfere to our development, as I would say. So, do you think that there is any kind of alien race behind the crop circles, or this is totally mankind?
No, there is something behind, definitely. Of course, we know in the crop circles, we have many falsificates. We have people who falsificate these things. They are even proud. They show us before TV how they made it. But that's not enough, because it all started, and we have some of these crop circles, gigantic ones, which have been filmed under observation, and it was a question of 1 or 2 minutes, and the circle was finished. So we have falsificates, yes, but we have true ones too. And this is a message. The other try to communicate with us, and they, one day you make a circle in a field. Okay, the humans think it's nothing. It's made by the animals who turn. It's nature, etc. The next day you make a second circle. Now the humans say, okay, we have 2 circles. The continuation, you make a beam between the 2 circles. You link them together. Now humanity should start to think, hey, this is 2 atoms. 2 atoms linked together means a molecule, the most primitive molecule compared of 2 atoms. So they try to teach us with these crop circles, but we are too arrogant to accept it. We do not answer.
And which exploration fascinated you most?
The world is full of these kind of mysteries. The first chapter are the explanations out of old writings, thousands of years old writings, when our ancestor has written about them. Just one example. There was one boy at that time, thousands of years ago. His name was Enoch. He was taken up there. They taught him. He learned their language. He learned writing. And then one of the extraterrestrials said to Enoch, human, look out of the window. Do you see this little light out there? You humans, you call it moon. But the moon has no light by itself. the moon receives this light from the sun. And then he explained to the human why the moon sometimes is full and half and all this. So this is scientific information before the great flood. Scientific information to Stone Age people. Enoch was living in Stone Age. So you have, in the old writings, you have clear indications of extraterrestrials. Then we have the facts. The facts are the buildings, the temples, the figures, etc. And here again, I have to explain it. It's no other way around. We have in this planet a Christian religion, and we know exactly it started 2,000 years ago. We know exactly geographically where, near Jerusalem, etc. We know the figure of Jesus. This was 2,000 years ago. Now, since 2,000 years, we have Christianity, a religion. There are thousands of architects and painters and artists who worked in fantastic churches, in fantastic cathedrals, in fantastic paintings, Michelangelo, all because of tradition of Christianity. No one of them, neither Michelangelo or an architect, was at the time of Jesus in Jerusalem. That happened only once. And later the tradition start to talk. And now the people start to give paintings, cultures to these beings. The same thing with us. We have been visited by extraterrestrials. Some of the humans were eyewitness. They died, but before they died, they left their writing or they told it to their next generation. And the next generation told it again and again and again. That's religion, how it works. So, and many people, many painters, many artists have made wonderful sculptures of these extraterrestrials. So we know today on many temples how they looked like. They were human-like because they came from a similar planet to us, etc., etc. It's all
Is that the reason why that the book of Enoch was banned from the Bible? For the people
No.
cannot know this information?
Now, when that was roughly 1,600 years ago, when the fathers of the church separated different texts. They had a lot of texts. They had to separate it. Which one do we take into the Bible? Which one do we not take into the Bible? And those which they did not understand, they did not include in the Bible. And Enoch was not understandable. Even Enoch was not in one book. It was different fragments at that time. So they did not include Enoch in the Bible. But the fathers of the church had no idea of extraterrestrials, simply because they could not understand it. They did not include it in the Bible.
So do you think that this Christianity that is in our world is somehow treating us in a way that we cannot understand this relation that we had with these extraterrestrial beings in the past? Or is there any other reason that we are being conducted to think that these beings does not exist?
Well, what I said before, we are too proud. We are too ignorant, we humans. We think we are the greatest. Scientific think we are the greatest. Religion thinks we are the greatest. So we do not want to accept extraterrestrials. We have a psychological problem. And this has to be stopped. This has to end. And it will end within the next, I'm sure, within the next 10 years. We will have contact with extraterrestrials.
You sure about that?
Well, at least I have a very great hope, and I have good reasons. Of course, you're never completely sure. But
yeah, we can never be completely sure. But we have never had so many evidence as we have today. Like the Pentagon is already showing us that they have knowledge to this aerial phenomena. We are in the process of accepting, right?
I receive every day 200 letters from my readers, 200 every day. And so that makes more than 200,000 in a year. Now, and most of the leaders write me about their contact with extraterrestrials. Not only they have seen UFOs, they have been abducted, they have been taken into their spaceship, they had discussions with them. Now, normal people say, this is all ill. These people are not normal. They have their wishes, their dream, it's psychological explanation. And in some cases, you find the natural psychological explanations. But then Some of these people who were abducted, they have implantates in their body. They have little objects in their body. And this is a final and conclusive proof. We know these objects do exist. They were operated. They were analyzed at some high schools, Harvard University. We don't know what these things are. We don't know how they function. One Harvard professor one day told to me, Eric, you know, we humans, we mark sometimes animals like a dolphin or a bear. We mark with the little chip because we want to observe where they go, how they travel, etc. Somebody else has done this with us, marked some of the humans. Now, in the case of the animals, maybe an animal female may have a chip here, and the animal male may see the chip, may smell on it, may look at it, but he does not understand what it is. We have the same situation. We have some of these implants in some body of the humans. We can operate them out. We can analyze them, but we don't know how they function. Because I know I have too many cases of persons which I know or which have written to me with all these experiences and these experiences. There are abductions on this planet Earth. Somebody is studying us, but they don't want to shock whole humanity. They respect us.
And that's why they do not they do not interrelate with us in a more open way. That's why.
Exactly. You know, with their technology, they could make a landing every day in a big football stadium.
Of
Now,
course.
80,000 people are there. The cameras are already there, the TV camera, so we can film them. But we would be shocked. Humanity would be afraid. What will they take us over? Will they enslave us? Will they hurt us? We would be afraid. The society at that time is not prepared. In German, we have a word, it's called Zeitgeist, spirit of time. And the spirit of time is in changing now. Slowly is in changing. More and more people accept the possibility that we are not alone, accept the possibility that somebody is observing us. More and more, the spirit of time will change.
It's a new conscience. We have to develop this idea, and especially to talk about these ideas to our kids, to make them understand that we've never been alone. And that's why I really would like to thank you for your time and for your explanation, for your work. It's amazing. I read some of your books, and I still have so many more to read because you wrote a lot.
In the German language, I have so far 44 titles. So many of them. One day I will hopefully come to your country and give a speech there, and then we will meet. It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure to talk to you.
It was really nice. Thank you very much, Eric, for your time and for everything.
Bye. Tchau.
Goodbye.
Gente, esse foi o vídeo, eu espero de verdade que você tenha gostado. A entrevista ficou curtinha porque eu não consigo mais tempo de entrevista com ele. Esse foi o máximo que eu consegui, que foi meia hora. E daí, por causa dos cortes, o vídeo ficou assim curtinho mesmo. Então peço desculpas, eu sei que teria muito mais assunto para falar sobre. E também ele fala super rápido, né? Para complicar ainda mais a situação da gente ter que botar as legendas super rápidas. Mas eu espero que vocês tenham gostado tanto quanto eu, porque ele é uma figura assim sensacional. Ele sabe muito daquilo que ele está falando e eu tenho certeza absoluta que se você gosta desses assuntos de documentários, dos alienígenas, do passado, do futuro, você com certeza já viu esse homem falando em algum lugar. Eu espero que você tenha gostado desse vídeo tanto quanto eu e eu vejo vocês então nos nossos próximos vídeos. Goodbye!